Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to episode 5 of Bali United, and today it's all about this, the Asian Confederation Cup ASEAN Zone semi-final. Against it, we've got Tampines, I think you pronounced that, from Singapore. If we were to win this, we would go against either Home United or Johor DT of Malaysia. Now, it's important to remember and to note that if we were to win this ASEAN section here, it just means that we would then go into like an interzone playoff or something else, Asian zones playoff. This doesn't mean we win it. There's many zones we're going to play off against the winners of all the other zones. So it's still a long way to go in this Asian Confederation Cup. But it would be nice to be at least be ASEAN champions, which is kind of like the Southeast Asia section of Asia, from what I understand. Sort of south of China, east of India, I think, or east of Bangladesh. I think that's roughly the ASEAN zone. So that's what today is all about, but we have a lot to catch you up on since last episode, starting with our league fixture against PSMS, I think it was. Kayo gave us an early lead with a towering header. Spasajevic doubled our lead with a smart header at the near post. Nuri missed a penalty, but Spasajevic gave us a 3-0 lead with a stunning strike. PSMS pulled one back moments later and cut our lead to just 1 before half-time. And despite PSMS going down to 10 men, we still managed to throw away the 3 points. I was livid. I was so angry. We were 3-0 up and we threw it all away. Dwi Kayo, the centre-back, got a goal. Spasajevic with a double, of course. Nuri missed a penalty, which was frustrating. But it shouldn't have mattered. You can see we still essentially dominated the game. Our shooting wasn't the best. Possession was all ours, and we still couldn't see it out. So that was disappointing. Really annoyed. Next we played Persejaya, I think you pronounce it. Deli and Doki gave us the lead late in the first half. Persija leveled things up 10 minutes into the second half. We left it late, but Eka Putra produced a sensational pass for Hadriati to slot home a stoppage time winner. This was actually a really good performance. We just left it extremely late to go on and win it. Deli and Doki opened the scoring for us. They equalised after half-time, as you saw, and then Hadriati, 93rd minute, eventually snagged the 3 points for us. Yeah, you can see, I think the match ratings are pretty much down to just individual mistakes, because the team performance actually wasn't too bad. So yeah, anyway, the important thing is we got another 3 points on the board. The next game was against a team I'm not even going to try and pronounce. We were poor in the first half and paid the price just before half-time. Paulo Sergio worked himself some space 10 minutes into the second half and drew us level. And 10 minutes later, he got on the end of a cracking Melbourne pass to give us the lead. Tafik added a third with a well-timed run and a calm finish from a Paulo Sergio cross. And he got his second of the match, our fourth, in stoppage time. Sriwijaya, we'll go with that. We were poor first half. You can see we were behind it at half time. Second half though, we were absolutely brilliant. Paulo Sergio with a double, Tafik with a double as well. 2 late goals there, just to put a little bit of icing on top of the 3-point cake. But again, we dominated the game. It's a sign, isn't it? It's a recurring thing that we dominate games. It's basically up to how well we defend and how well we finish as to whether or not we win. So yeah, the important thing is that this one we did finish well, especially in the second half, another 3 points. Next game was against PSM. Siswanto produced the pass of the season in the opening minute for Hadriati to open the scoring. Pacheco drew a wonderful save from the PSM keeper, but Kayo put away the rebound. PSM pulled one back midway through the second half, but within minutes, Paulo Sergio had restored our lead with a stunning strike. Now, they were third in the league when we played them, and this was a really good performance. Hadriati got us off to the perfect start. Dwi Kayo, the centre-back, got us another goal for himself, and Paulo Sergio is looking a little bit like a star, isn't he? Got the third. They pulled one back in there, as you can see, but a really good performance against a very good team. So I was very happy with this. And the final game to catch you up on was our league fixture against PS Tira, who were second in the league. PS Tira sat second in the league for this one, and we fell behind late in the first half to a powerful strike. We were toothless and conceded a second as our high line was exposed midway through the second half. We just never got going, guys. Never. You can see, did not register a shot on target. We rotated heavily ahead of this semi-final, and we looked a rotated team, to be honest. It was a very, very poor performance, so the less said about that, the better. If we go and have a look at what all that means for the league table, you can see we are still top. We have a nice little gap over PS Tira. The reason we were able to do that, basically, is in rotate the team, is that the fact that we would still have a 5-point gap, and I really, really want to see how far we can go in this ASEAN, not the ASEAN section, but just the Confederation Cup in general. So, yeah, not ideal, but sitting in a very good position in the league, as you can see there. So today, as I said, it's going to be the 2 games, both legs against Tampines. We'll play the Persorella game in between. I'll play that off camera. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get down to business here. Let's have a look at what we're expecting from Tampines. If we can go back here. Eventually, we'll get to the match preview screen. There it is. So we are the favourites for this one, though, we're in decent enough form. Just that last game, really. So Jürgen Raab is their manager. They have a German manager. We can see his ins and outs there. Balanced mentality, standard playing style. This is the team that we are sending out to face them. I can't remember if I told you, we have looked to get a data analysis facility built. Has it been built yet? It has been built. The only problem I have now is the board won't let me hire a data analyst. Here we go. Can I do it now? Come on. You've given me a facility. Let me just put someone in the facility. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you reject that request? Anyway, that's between me and the chairman. I'll leave you guys out of that. We don't need us all getting fired over this. Here we go. So this is the team we're sending out. It's Remus in goal. It's Farjan, it's Kayo, it's Pacheco, and it's Adzid as the back 4. It's Sasu as the halfback. It is... Do we need a halfback? Yeah, we probably do. It's Nuri and Melvin in midfield. It's Sergio, and it's Hamdi, and it's Spasajevic up top as the false 9. So it looks like we are matching up formations. That is exciting, I guess. I don't know. There we go. Give them a bit of a morale boost. Guys, just go out there and win the game. I don't know how do you say that in Indonesian. We should be winning this one. I don't want to say that. Let's show the world what we're all about, shall we? Let's go with that. That's motivated everybody. Look at those greenness. All right. I think we're good to go. And this is it. Now, away from home, obviously away goals will be, or they could be important. Hopefully they won't be important. Hopefully we'll win the game or the tie clear and happily. But away goals are always king in these continental competitions, aren't they? Let's give it a get creative here. I'm hoping for an improved performance from the PS tier, basically based on the fact that we have what I consider at this point our first choice team out there. Here we go with a highlight. Adds it in for Saswu. Oh, it's a bit of a lungy tackle, but we've kept possession. Melvin. Oh, it's another lungy tackle. Adds it's there again. He's crossed it in. It's headed away. It should be picked up again by Melvin. Come on, mate. What's he got for us? Go on, Melvin. It's turned. Hamdi. He's rubbish. He's not good. He can finish. That's about it. Melvin. Back to Nuri. To Melvin. Maybe we need to look to exploit the flanks here. Look at the space we've got with the fullbacks getting forward. Melvin, somebody, look, he's screaming out for the ball. Someone give it to the fullbacks. Hamdi, there we go, out for Farjan. He's got a decent cross on him. It's a good ball in. It's there for Melbourne! 20 minutes in. Or 20th minute, it's 19 minutes in, and we've taken the lead. Excellent stuff, boys. Excellent, excellent stuff. Let's demand a little bit more of that. And I'm wondering if we should look to exploit the flanks. A little bit, yeah, no, it should be fine. We'll leave it as it is. We'll just look for the overlap, which we eventually did. Just took a little bit longer, but a good finish by Melvin, wasn't it? A bit of composure in the box. One touch to bring it down. Second touch back of the net. Happy days. We're essentially dominating the game, which is excellent to see. Let's give it a show some passion and go from there. Anything else we want to do here? I don't think so. Ideally, we won't have to use anybody from the bench because the players on the bench are players I'd like to use in the league fixture in between. Paulo Sergio, good ball in. Is it a penalty? It is a penalty. It's going to be Nuri, who should be a good penalty taker. He did miss his last one, though. I think his penalty taking attribute is 17, which is good at any level of the game. Never mind Indonesian League 1. Put that away. There we go. It's 2-0, a second away goal right before the break. And we'll give them some praise. That should be, well, this leg, never mind the tie, but that should be this leg taken care of. Good penalty, wasn't it? Right up in the top corner, right up where the owl sleeps, or whatever the saying is. And that is that is job done for the first half anyway. Look at that. They're disenchanted. They're anxious. They're tired. That's why you rotate your team, Jurgen, so you don't have tired legs out there. What do we want to say to this? It's got to be assertive. Don't get complacent. Keep focused, boys. Go out there. Win the second half as well. And I mean, that's basically job done, isn't it? If we can get a 3-0 on the board here, I'd be slightly annoyed if we went home and didn't hang on to a 3-0 lead. But we've seen, who was it against, the game that was 6 goals? There was 5 goals that we conceded in like 20 minutes. So we have it in us. We definitely have it in us. But that was without the DM. I think with the DM, we do look a lot better defensively. Now they've started here. We haven't, the first highlight we've seen of theirs, and don't do that to me. It's over the bar. We might just give it a demand more. Just make sure we don't clock off here. Spasajevic is very hot and cold in this false 9 role. I wonder if we might look to just push him up a little bit, actually. Let's try him as an advanced forward, perhaps. See if he gets any more luck getting a little bit closer to their, what's it called? Their back line. Let's give... Oh, Spasajevic is injured. Let's not muck around with that. Let's bring Senghara on. Now, Senghara isn't necessarily someone we would want to play first choice in the next one anyway, so that's fine. Got work to do here. Oh, just bent away. It hasn't been a classic performance this second half from us, has it? It really, really hasn't. Can we get something going here with Melvin? Brings it forwards to Senghara. Oh, nice little ball over the top for Adzit getting forward. He pulls it in for Sergio. Still there for Adzit. Can he get a nice ball in? It's Senghara! Oh, it's there again. It's Senghara! Hannes Senghara gets his first goal for the club. Amazing time to get that goal, mate. Excellent stuff. Adzit eventually got a ball in. And Senghara with a nice little finish as well. Tight angle with defenders closing him down as well. That's a good finish, actually. I'm really happy that he's managed to put that away. 3-0. That should now be job done. And we sort of can begin to mentally move on to the next one. Now, one thing we will have to keep an eye on is players on bookings here. Oh, I've praised them. Don't score here because otherwise I'm going to be praising. As you can see that a goal. Sasu off the line. It's still there and it's a block. Senghara's got in front of that. So wonder it hasn't taken his head off, but he's managed to get in front of it. There is a card accumulation that is just becoming a bit of a problem for us. So what we might look to do is in the second leg is not play players that are booking away. I can't remember if the final's 1 or 2 legs. I have a feeling it's over 2 legs because it's just a regional final. It's not the final. So if we can keep as many players available for as long as possible. Adds it with another good block there. That's the game. That's the first leg done. 3-0. A really, would you call it a professional away performance, I think. Quite happy with that. Let's just say, don't let a good performance go to your heads. And on we go. So the Spasajevic injury, it's 2 to 3 days. He'll be ready for the second leg, ready and firing. We secure a victory at Old Tampines Hub. That's a great name for a stadium, isn't it? Who have we got here? We've got Faj. Oh, that's the left back, isn't it? Your defensive work was amazing. Thank you, sir. And potential issues with the backup left back. Let's just see if Nuri can take care of that for me. Oh, he never wants to do it. You're the captain, mate. I need you to take some bullets for me here. What do you want, mate? Yes, fine, you can have some games, and then if you complain again, we'll sell you on. Guys, wait right there. I'll play through the Persorella game, and then we'll be back for the second leg. Okay, welcome back. It is now time for the second leg. We are the favourites for this one, as you would expect. But before we get to this game, let's go and have a look and see what happened in the league fixture against Persorella. Just joking, nothing happened in the league game against Persorella. We were horrible yet again. The match stats tell a lie, to be honest. The match ratings are a little bit more... They tell the story, really. We were horrible. We never got going. These rotated teams, now it wasn't a fully rotated team either. There was still some first, like what I consider first teamers in there. I mean, Harry Yaddy is a first teamer. It's just that he can't be registered in the Asian squad. Melvin played. He did okay, but it was just poor. It was just really, really poor. And that's 2 defeats in a row now in the league. And that is not what we wanted. The league is cut down now to 2. So pressure just starting to build a little bit. Just starting to build ever so slightly. But let's not worry about that right now because we are playing Tampines in the second leg and looking to get the job done. Now, we don't really need to see the scout report again because it hasn't changed since last game. Let's have a look at the team that we're sending out. Now, what we're doing is people that are on bookings, we're resting except for, you'll see one player there that is in the lineup. Yeah, so we're going to go with Remus in goal. It's Farjan, it's Kajo, it's Doki and Adsit as a back four. It's Sasu as the halfback. It's Nuri and Batcham in midfield. It's Paulo Sergio and Anga Putra. Now, this is the guy that wanted first team football. Didn't say what position he wanted first team football in, but apart from that, he's not a horrible left winger. Good dribbling and crossing both eights. I actually think he might have a few. If he has a future in the team, it may well be up here. And of course, Spasajevic is going to go up top. Let me know what you think in the comments of Anga Putra as a left winger, but I just think, he's not the worst, and we are struggling in that position anyway. There is a transfer window coming up, but yeah, we'll see how we go here. Don't overcomplicate anything. It's an assertive. This is a whole new game now, boys. Make sure you win this one. Some calm, we have faith, and let's get out there, and let's destroy, hopefully, our Singapore opponents here. Yeah, so there is, as I said, a transfer window coming up very shortly. It's June 30th to July 30th, and we're at the end of May. But the league does kind of stop at the start of June till sort of, it takes about a month off from sort of June, I think it's June 10th to like July 7th or something along those lines. I'm not quite sure why. I don't know if it's a monsoon season thing in Indonesia. If you are from Indonesia, you will probably, or if you're not from Indonesia, if you just know why that is, do let me know in the comments. I'm assuming, Remus, that is not the start we wanted. That is not the start you wanted. Let's give it a demand more, I think. And are we going to go and throw things away here again? We just have a bit of a nasty habit lately of not particularly playing well. I mean, Remus hasn't covered himself in glory there, has he? But yeah, like I was saying, I'm not completely sure why there's that month gap before the... It would make sense to me if it was... Or even just put the transfer window at that time. So you're not playing during the transfer window. I don't really understand otherwise why it's there. Here we go, adds it. A nice bit of link up there. Oh, that's a wonderful goal. Anga Putra, he is a left winger. He just doesn't know it yet. What a goal that is. And I tell you what, that little bit of play there between Spasajevic and Adsit to set that up was absolutely superb. Look at this. Throw in. In for Spasajevic. Adsit continues his run forward. Two defenders out of the game. It brings in a cracking cross. And the left back come left winger. That's a stunning finish into the corner. That's unstoppable. What a goal that is. Let's demand more of that, please, boys. I like what I see. That should be that. A 3-goal lead restored. They've had their moment, and now we just need to concentrate our way through to the end here. Let's show some passion, boys. Come on. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about the league situation right now, just because if we are going to get through this... Now, this doesn't actually come back now till August, so after the transfer windows, but... So in one sense, it gives us a little bit of time to concentrate on the league and build that lead back up again if we can. What do you want to say here? Don't get complacent, basically, isn't it? So that's good. The problem, of course, is that we're basically missing a month in there. So it sounds like it's a 3-month gap, but it's actually not. It's more like a month of actual football that will be played. So better than nothing, but again, it's not particularly ideal. With the transfer window, we'll have a look at the finances next episode if I remember to do it, just so we can see exactly what we have and what we can do. I do want to strengthen greatly, to be honest. There's a number of positions. I kind of have a sense now of who I do and don't want, and so it's just going to be a case of sort of strengthening around them. The problem with doing it mid-season is that it can disrupt the team, and new players have to settle in. And so sometimes a lesser player that's already settled in can be better short term than, say, a better player that is new to the club. So we'll have to kind of balance that out where we can. Batcher, mate, that is not what was required. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, where we need to strengthen. I do think, I mean, it's going to be one of these where we can always strengthen at goalkeeper, we can always strengthen at centre back, but I think relative to the rest of the league, that our goalkeeper and our centre-backs aren't too bad. I do think we could do a little bit better, perhaps. I think what we could maybe do at centre-back is strengthen and then sort of bump down, say, like, so Doki or Pacheco become sort of second stringers or backups. There we go, that's all over. We have got through the tie. Not a classic game, to be honest, but we've got the draw out of it, which is, I guess, what we wanted. We were poor today, though, boys. So there we go. First leg triumph helps us past 10 points. We win the Confederation Cup semi-final. We have 30 grand in the bank, and we are playing home United again in the final. Now, is it a one-off? Is it a one-off game, or is it a two-leg affair? Let's have a look here. It is a two-leg affair. I thought it was going to be. So that's all fine. We have a look at finances, so you can kind of see we're hovering around the million mark, which is good. We haven't made a loss this season. We still have 800,000 to spend in transfers. We still have a lot of money to spend in wages as well. So there's money available for us if we want to go and spend it. It's just a matter of finding the right players to do that. What we don't want to do is go silly and find ourselves in debt, and that just becomes a bit of a mess then. But guys, that is it for today. If you have enjoyed that, it's not been a classic, if we're honest with ourselves, but we've got the job done. Albeit there's a bit of a mess in between there you didn't have to see. But I think what we'll do is we'll come back next time. You can see the gap in the league there. I think what we'll do is we'll come back, get the league campaign back on track here, and then we can properly discuss transfers. So have a think about what you'd like to see us do. Maybe we need to change formation as well, though I do think this formation isn't working too badly for us right now. And then we'll come back sort of episode after next, and we'll probably do a league fixture and home, and then the second leg in a league fixture. We'll figure that out closer to the time. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. As I said, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I've been Aussieville, and I'll see you next time. Take care.